Well, today is Tuesday, September 21st, and it's time for our Tuesday tag. This week, Roy over at Recipes with Roy did the questions. Jimmy's anxious to know what his question is.
Really, did he really give me another question?
Yeah, he really did. He really, truly. I think him and Paul, his partner, came up with it together. So you got the double, what do you call it? The dynamic duo.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, we'll see. But I am going to tag Joan at Joan's Pointed Plate, Meema at Meema McHealthy Living, and Valerie Reese.
Kim. My girl on the rope. And Snowman or Mr. Smooth. Am I allowed to go Snowman since we made the cocaine reference, or are we going back to Mr. Smooth?
He's kind of like Mr. Smooth better.
All right, Mr. Smooth for now. And then I'll think of another one.
You got to think of another one. That one, I thought of one for him, and I couldn't think of what it is now. I know he's easygoing, Mr. Easygoing.
He is laid back, man.
We don't want to call him Mr. Easy because then that implies other things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what we're tagging. So let's get started with the questions. Number one, what is your cell phone wallpaper?
The 8th hole at Augusta.
Mine is a picture. Do you want to show them what yours is or no?
Yeah.
I'll put a clip in the bottom because we tape off of my phone, but I'll put an insert right here, a picture of my screenshot.
I gotta get rid of all the crap.
He's got to get rid of everything on his because...
No, I got all like the things on the front.
Oh.
How do you get rid of that?
You don't. I don't think you get rid of them. You're just going to have to show them that.
No. Oh, it's no longer it used to be. Now it's...
Oh, see, he doesn't even know what it's doing.
Well, no, it's still a golf thing. It is a golf course in Ireland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine is a picture of Jim and I. Number two, what is the weirdest dream you remember having? Oh, this is going to be good for Kim. Kim has no memory of anything.
I was going to say, she can't remember anything.
Hey, Kim, what did you have for breakfast?
Watch her face, because she's going to laugh when she remembers this. The worst dream I ever had was thinking my brother was E.T.
Oh, I remember that. That was cool. They both wanted to see E.T., so we went to the show, and he watched E.T. And then they slept upstairs in the, we lived in a bungalow, so like when you went upstairs, the whole room was one big bedroom.
Yeah. Yep.
And he kept calling me.
I woke up, opened my eyes, in my dream, opened my eyes, looked over, and my brother had the covers pulled up to his neck, and it was E.T.'s head, and I just started screaming and going crazy.
Yeah, he did. It was a long night. Even with the light on, he'd keep calling. I said, you were having a dream. You were having a dream. The weirdest dream I've ever remember having. I remember all of my dreams, and to me, they don't seem that weird. Most of my dreams involve, which is gross, is like needing to go to the bathroom, and when I get in there, the toilet is either overflowing or it's right to the rim, or it's like
drinking
water all around. Or like I'll go into a bathroom and I'll go to each stall, and each stall is disgusting because people hadn't flushed it. I guess that'd be my weirdest dream. I have those dreams a lot, but then I wake up and have to go to the bathroom. So,
stop drinking water.
I just drink a lot of water, but that would be my weirdest dream, is just like bathroom issues. Which reminds me, like, I've told the story of like when I went out to eat with Christy and Aaron and Jim, and I plugged up the toilet. It was one of those single toilets. And I went up to the register and asked for the plunger to clean it. And they go, no, we'll get it. And I go, no, I'll clean up my own mess, please. You know?
Right.
And so when I came out with because I had to walk across the restaurant holding the plunger. I didn't hold it up. I didn't do that. I'm just thinking they should have a plunger in the bathroom with you. And then when I came out, the waitress said, your party has already left.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They didn't even wait for me. They left. And so some part of me, when I go into a stall, if they have a plunger, I'm kind of relieved. But then part of me thinks, oh my gosh, they've had problems before.
You know how you solve that? You only do it at home.
Yeah, see, no. I'll go wherever I got to go. Number three, would you rather be able to see the future but not able to change it, or hear from the dead but not be able to speak to them?
That's a good one.
That is,
because I'd like both. But if I had to pick one, I would say I can hear, they can talk to me, I just can't talk back.
Right. You can hear them, but they can't talk. You can't talk.
I would like to hear from the dead.
I would like to hear from the dead.
Yes.
I'd like to know what it's like up there.
Yeah.
Because I know my family.
Because our family would be like, we know what they want to know. We'll just start spewing
Yeah, they
it
would
out.
just say it. Yeah. That's just, they don't want to hear all this other nonsense.
By the way, it's a party up here, and
Yeah, no, I would rather talk to the dead, or have the dead talk to me.
yeah,
And you know what? I think that many a time when I've had a dream with my parents and they're talking to me, I really do think that it's not really a dream. I think that they're talking to me.
oh no, I have the same thing.
I think
so.
that they come to you in your sleep. Choose just one, and then why? Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas?
Christmas,
Christmas for me. Why?
just the decorations and the lights and the family and like everything.
I just love getting into Christmas. I just,
Yeah.
I love giving gifts. I don't really
I
care
love
about
like
gifts.
everyone goes nuts on me because around us they start Christmas music according to everyone else way too early.
Way too early. The
But
day after Halloween.
The minute it starts, I listen to it the entire time. Like it
No.
never leaves the radio station.
No.
They're like, unless Samantha gets in the car, because then she's like, we're not listening to this until like December 20th.
Yes, no, we just, no, that's, no. I liked when my kids were little because it was like when we would always go the first Saturday after, not the first Saturday, first Saturday in December, we would
Right.
go and find the tree. We'd look like everywhere for the tree. And then we'd go to McDonald's
Yep.
for dinner.
Yep.
And then when we came home, we'd put the tree up. But then when they went to bed, Jingles would come decorate the tree. And then at night, when we had our dinners, we only ate, and we had an Advent candle. So we'd have just the Christmas lights and like each light from the candle. So
Right.
like it would get a little bit brighter and brighter as Christmas got closer and closer.
Right.
So that's my best memory of Christmas. And then they would take turns lighting the candles. Jimmy always got to be the first one because he was the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
You know. And then Danny would light the second one, and then Christy would light the third one.
And then I got to do two.
No, you didn't get to do two.
Yeah.
Your dad and I would do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think I remember doing
We would
two.
we would take turns. No, you might have lit the Christmas candle.
Oh, okay.
Because we have an Advent wreath with the 4 candles, but we always put a white one in the middle for Christmas.
Right.
Number 5, if you could master any skill, what would it be and why?
Oh, it has to be a real skill. I was going to say the ability to do anything, but I can't.
Just any skill.
Any skill? Computers, because I stink at them. I can't.
Yeah, I'm not really
figure
great on the
anything
skills.
out like that.
I don't know if it would be considered a skill, but I would like to be able to, what do you call it? With your
Spin a web.
No. Sign language. I couldn't think of the word. That's why I needed, because I couldn't think of the word. I needed sign language. I love when they have like news conferences. I only watch the signers.
I know.
because they go,
The faces they make, though, they get into it.
they get into it. They really make the faces. And then what I don't understand is like all nations have the same like mother, father, sister, brother.
Right.
Why can't they have the same sign for like mother, fathers? You know, like so that
Well,
no matter what language you're talking in, sign language, you'd be able to communicate then.
Well, that would make sense, but then.
But the adjectives and that are different. So, but anyway, but if it had to be like a physical skill, I would think computers too, because I'm just I'm not good at computers. Number 6, what's your most petty deal breaker or one small thing that would make you break up with someone? Well, Jim's got a lot of little petty things that bother me. I don't know that I would. I probably would have broke up with him at the beginning, if he would have done it at the beginning. But as he gets older, he does it more. He'll talk with a mouthful of food.
Yes, he does.
Like he'll be eating, and I'm thinking, why didn't you say something before you put all that food in your mouth? Or why can't you wait until you get all that?
Yes.
So I
do it not a lot, but I do it sometimes. But
Not as much as him.
No, nobody does it as much
no,
as him.
he does it a lot, and it bothers
He'll
me.
like wait, like, oh, and another thing. So and then it's like,
And then it's like, oh, what's that? But that would be a deal breaker at the beginning for me. It's like if you talk with food in your mouth, or just a real deal breaker for me really was just being condescending to other people, just not like acting so superior. Like you're so much better than them. That would be a deal breaker for me. I don't care how much I liked you. Of course, how would I like you? Because that would be...
Mine would be call me an a-hole.
Yeah.
That is, for some reason, I can handle every word, but that's the one word. Like, I can hear it, but if I called it, blood pressure just goes up. I don't know what it is about that word.
Yeah. Number 7. What famous person have you been told you look like? I've never been told I look like anybody.
I haven't been told I look like anybody.
No.
No idea.
Who do we look like? I don't know. I couldn't say anybody that I think we look like. What's the best advice you ever received and the best advice you ever gave?
The best advice I ever gave was I told all the kids was, and I know it sounds so cliche, but it's true. I go, if you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's
so
true.
if you have a job and you're complaining about it nonstop, find another one. That's what I did for that year. I had to search. That's what I was doing.
All 28 jobs. You found 28 jobs in a year.
I did. I found the right one, and I'm still doing it.
He's still doing it.
The advice that I was given would be you, when you told me you created this monster, because you were the one that said, no matter what anybody says, don't even worry about it. If they're going to say something bad about you, they're not worth it. So now anytime anybody says something, I'm like,
I did tell him that. I do think that's some of the best advice I ever gave. It's like,
and I don't.
If they don't like you, they don't like you. Move on. It's just, there's other people that are going to like you. I think that's my best advice. What's the best advice you ever received? Well, I've had good advice that was given to me that I didn't pay attention to, because when Danny was playing the stock market back in the
I remember this.
90s, he was, you got to buy this stock, Mom. You got to buy this stock. And I don't know, because he was what, 19, 20? I'm thinking, he doesn't know crap. Danny had made enough on the stock market. He bought his first house at 21.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't listen.
Didn't
Nobody
listen.
did. We all made fun of him. But
we all made fun of him, but he was making money left and right. And then he called me on one day and he says, I want to show you the house I just bought. And I go, oh, you got a mortgage? And he said, no, I just bought a house.
Right.
I just bought a house. So I used my stock market money. I know. He said, well, I'm sure you have all that money because you've invested like I told you to.
Right.
So that was some advice I should have received that I didn't take. But I don't know, the best advice. I think it was the same thing like I passed down from my kids was, just move on. If people don't like you, move on, Have you ever named your vehicles? Your dad and I were just talking about this today.
Everyone.
You've named all your vehicles.
Yeah.
Your dad's, your dad's truck's name right now, do you know?
Probably Lucille.
No, Silver Bullet.
Oh, Silver Bullet.
Because he's got that little bullet and he said David should name his the Gray Ghost.
The Gray Ghost. I had my 78 Camaro was the Red Rocket. Because that thing was fast. Then that blue Sunbird I had was POS, but we won't say that because it was. Then my blue truck, the 99 one, was Rachel. And this one right here is Black Stallion.
Yeah, no, I have never named my cars. I know that Gina Pearson names all of her things, like her exercise bike and this Big Bertha. And all of that. No, I don't name my vehicles. I just know that mine is paid for.
Yeah.
Because your dad and I were talking yesterday, and he was, because he's got the Ford Pass, and he found out that he can unlock the door and he can start the car and all that. And so he had me upload the app on my phone too. And he said, well, let's go start your car. And I go, my car won't start with that. And he goes, yeah, well. And I go, no, it won't, because my car is 11 years old.
Right.
And he said, no, it doesn't matter. It's a Ford. And then, so I bring it out and I show it to him, and he says, well, and we are on the exact same page, and on his page it'll show because he's got he's got a 2019, so he's got all of the, the gizmos and stuff. But he says, well, I don't know why yours doesn't. I said, because it's 11 years old. He says, well, maybe you ought to get a new car. And I go, I don't need a new car. I mean, I'd like a new car, but I don't want a payment. And I had my car 11 years, and for 2 of the years that I owned the car, I probably averaged about 300 miles a week on it for 2 years. And I have 73,000 miles on it right now. So that'll just show you that I don't really drive that much. So, but anyway. Number 10, if you could commit a crime and get away with it, what would it be and why?
Robbing Fort Knox.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, mine would have been a bank. There's no gold in Fort Knox. That's a myth.
Are we sure of that?
That's what your dad always told me because he was stationed at Fort Knox. And he said there was no gold at Fort Knox. That's just a myth. I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, anywhere that has the most money, I would rob that place.
Yeah, I would rob a bank where ooh, did you see that bird go by? Speaking of bird, we'll talk about that on tomorrow's video. Yeah. So you got to tune in tomorrow, and I'll make sure it posts. Because if you noticed yesterday, our Ask Us Anything came up yesterday because for some reason YouTube put it as private, and I never noticed it. It never came up. But anyway, I would be to rob a bank and get as much money as I could.
Yep.
That would be mine. Okay, this one is for Jimmy. Because this came from Roy and Paul.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Would you rather be bedridden and incontinent? Means you can't go to the bathroom.
Right.
Or hideously deformed and forced to live in a hall of mirrors? And then why would you pick that?
I would say bedridden and incontinent.
Really?
I wouldn't have to clean up shit. Literally.
Oh, yeah, but you'd be wallowing in it then.
Well, no, someone would come and clean it up.
No, Samantha's not going to clean that up.
Probably not, so I'd have to switch it. No, I'd still pick that one. Yep, I'd still pick that.
See, I would pick hideously deformed. I know it's not my question, but I would pick hideously deformed.
Why?
And live in a house of mirrors. Well, first of all, I don't look in the mirror anyhow. I look in the mirror in the morning.
Well, you're gonna if you live in a house of mirrors.
No, I just look at the floor all the time.
House of mirrors has mirrors everywhere. No matter where you look, you're gonna see it.
I would put a hat on and go outside. I wouldn't want to be bedridden. What kind of life is that? I'd rather be deformed. But anyway, it's not my question.
Hey, watch TV.
It's Roy's question.
Crap your pants all day. What's better?
All right, those questions were from Roy over at Recipe with Roy. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. Once again, I am going to tag Valerie Reese, Meema, McHealthy Living, Joan's Pointed Plate,
and Kim and Mr. Smooth, my girl on her phone.
Okay, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe.
Comment.
Hit the like button.
Share.
You almost forgot.
I almost did.
Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, next week on our tag.
That's true.